Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the release. Hey, you too, man. Thank you for doing this. Thank you. Oh yes. Oh yes, my brother. Yes. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man.
How you doing, guys?
Doing good.
Thank you for doing this. Let me start by introducing this channel, guys. This is the Football Exodus channel where we'll be diving deeper into football analysis, all those lower leagues, upper leagues, all the topics that deserve recognition. We'll be talking about those topics. So, who do we have here today? We have the greatest talents here right now and some football analysts all the way from Chester, England and Cameroon. Okay, so this is Camille Koum, right? The highest scoring Cameroonian player in KW history. How do you feel about that?
First of all, just to introduce myself, my name is Camille Koum. And he kind of introduced me quite well. How do I feel about that? I mean, it's just my job, I just do what I need to do on the pitch. Just go home and sleep, and call it a day. So, that's me.
Okay. Those are some shows that you showed right there. Okay, I also forgot to mention, he's a two-time OKCAC United States team and 24 goals in 28 matches in NAIA college football, 10 assists. So all we can say is 34 goal aggregate combined. Oh my gosh. Okay, and here we have Zach Eunice. That's how you want to go by, right? Zach Eunice. I don't have a lot to say about you, I feel like you didn't play like that to the level, I know. The current KW player. That's all I have. Okay, give us something that you think we should mention about you.
Okay. Oh, I'm Zach, as he said. I'm new to KW. I got a total of 5 minutes in the last season, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Okay.
Next season, I'm trying to be a bit more like these two, be a bit more in the starting 11. But that's all I have to say.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. And it will not be fair if I don't introduce myself. As they say, my name is Baba Tiago. A lot of people, they'll be like, how did you get that name? So, as you know, in Zimbabwe, because that's where I come from, in Zimbabwe, Lionel Messi is regarded as Baba Tiago because of his son. And it was pretty a good thing, let me just brag a little bit about that, I was with him when I first saw Lionel Messi. It was such an experience. What do you want to say about that? Watching Lionel Messi live, the first time. That was the first time, right? Yeah. Walk us through about that.
Yeah, that was my first time watching Messi. I think people closest to me know that I'm a huge Ronaldo fan. I'd regard myself to probably be his #1 fan in the world. I'm not to say that it took a lot for me to go and see Messi. It was more of like an ego thing. But he did his thing. He scored a goal. He didn't really do too much. It's not like the prime Messi performances that we're all used to seeing.
What do you mean? He didn't really do too much?
He must have touched the ball like twice, 3 times. But he at the end of the day, he scored an amazing goal.
Hater, yeah.
Look, I'll give credit where it's due. We were sat right behind the goal, so we had an amazing angle. He scored a beautiful. It must have been top right or top left.
Yes,
top something. But it was unstoppable. No one was saving that. Even you'd say the best keepers in the world at the time were not saving that. So, I mean, it was obviously a privilege to see Lionel Messi play, and I wish I could see it again.
Thank you. And also, Zach, tell us, have you ever got a chance to see Lionel Messi? Or I forgot you didn't have anything to say. Yeah, I forgot you only have one thing on your resume. But okay, take us through when you saw Ronaldo first. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, so I was lucky. I saw Ronaldo played against Spurs, Man United versus Tottenham.
Yes.
3-2, Ronaldo hat trick. Okay. So if you ever need someone to score goals, you go to Ronaldo.
Okay, I can't stand you guys speaking. Okay, I'll give you time. I'll give you time to speak.
Look, Messi is a good player, but did he deserve all those Ballon d'Ors?
Not good. He's a great player.
Okay.
Say great, yeah, and then we are.
Yeah, but Ronaldo's Ronaldo, man. He's different, man.
But different in what?
He can score goals from anywhere. Messi can't do that.
I'm telling you, no one is gonna like you on this show. I'm telling you. You know, no disrespect, guys. Ronaldo and Messi, they are both greatest players of all time. You know, you have to respect that. Oh, you have something to add on that?
Yeah, real quick. Hey, let us know in the comments, who do you think is better, Ronaldo or Messi? Just so we know who's watching and where people stand.
Yeah, I'm not here to try to influence people to support Lionel Messi. You know, Messi speaks for himself. You know, Messi speaks for himself. So Baba Tiago, I say, what I actually do, like I saw Lionel Messi twice. You know, I play for Kansas Wesleyan, 2024 KC All Conference team. All time Zimbabwean top goal scorer at KW history. I should put that on my resume, right? Okay, let's dive into the main question of the day. You know, this is what it's all about. You know, the Exodus football, you know. So, the first question I'm going to direct to you guys, you know, you said last year that you want to create a platform whereby you don't only speak about popular leagues and players. Do you think established mainstream like Sky Sports, Fabrizio Romano, Main, all those platforms, do you think they are too focused on established top league players only, and you should be from a certain country for them to give you your deserved spotlight? And in so doing, we are neglecting so much talent. If so, why? Explain your answer. I will start with you, Camille.
That's a very good question. To be honest, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business, so, you know, they are going to focus on the top leagues and the top players. However, Jamie Carragher actually had a comment just the other day talking about how he felt that AFCON is not a major tournament. So obviously, you've seen that, right?
What? Okay, before you answer this question, what do you take from that quote? What?
Nah, honestly, I think it's unfair and it's definitely not true. Anyone that watches AFCON, I think if you put your biases or whatever aside, you can see that AFCON is a tournament of immense quality. And some would actually make an argument that in terms of the international competitions that happened last year, AFCON was probably the most entertaining. You know, last minute goals, every single game, tight games. You had your players like Osimhen, who at the time had won top goal scorer in Serie A, but then he struggled in AFCON. I think that shows the quality. Players that nobody knows are giving Europe's best players a run for their money. So I think 100% those lower level teams, those lower level leagues, lower level players definitely deserve to get some sort of praise. You know, not everything deserves to be, you know, just the top players every single time. I think there's a lot more substance in the lower leagues.
So do you think you agree with him, what he's saying?
Look, I mean, players, they get their attention because they're good enough. You know, you can be anywhere in the world and you can have the most attention there. There's this Australian player who was maybe 16 or something, scored loads of goals, and he got his attention from a top club. But I think, again, you know, sometimes people neglect the lower leagues just because of the standard. But again, if you're good enough, you'll get the attention you deserve. But that's really my take on that.
Can I add to that? Add to that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw Twanzebe, his interview. He recently spoke about, I'm not sure the country he was from, but he spoke about Atalanta basically regarding them as one of the lower level teams that have kind of had their rise most recently. And it's just one of those situations where it's like, you know, there's too much talent in the world, bro. You can't honestly say that the players in the Premier League are absolutely out and out the best footballers in the world. You know, you have a lot of talent. You look at some of the greatest players, where did they all come from? They all came from smaller leagues. You could talk about Hazard. He came from, if I'm not mistaken, Schalke. Cristiano Ronaldo came from Sporting. You know, you have a lot of great talent that is just waiting to be discovered, and that's where all these best players come from. I mean, you could talk about the players that come from academies. Name a player that came from an academy that ended up as one of the best in the world, versus the players that come from nowhere, the players that have to make a name for themselves. You know what I mean? So I think that we still need to put a spotlight on that and, you know, just give those players their credit as well, just as much as the top players.
I think regarding on that case, I have to kind of agree with you, you know, like, let's take for instance, like, you know, like Fabrizio, when you're talking about Osimhen, you know, when Lamine Yamal, let's say Lamine Yamal or Kubasi, when they make a good tackle, it's all over Fabrizio Romano's post, right? But which one is better, a tackle or a goal. Osimhen scores every game week, you know, right there in Turkish league. But does he get all those amount of posts on Fabrizio Romano? Lamine Yamal, of course, he's a great player, great talent, you know, and considering his age, you have to give him respect. But you know, I feel like sometimes those platforms, they are only focused about popularity more than the real actual talent. You know, Osimhen scores every game week. No one talks about him. Why? These are something, you know. That's why we need to. There's a guy called Marshall Munetsi from Zimbabwe. That guy was dominating the French league. You know, 6 years dominating the French league. That guy. But when he recently transferred to Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Prem. There was no here we go. There was no I didn't see any post on Fabrizio. But that guy deserves recognition, you know. There are so many guys like that. We will hear, you know, those players, they deserve recognition, you know, not only in Zimbabwe. Look at in South Africa. In South Africa, you come from South Africa, right? There's a guy called Mofokeng. Mofokeng, how do you pronounce it? Mofokeng. Take us through that guy. Take us through, like.
Yeah, no, I think recently he got identified by Barcelona. If I'm not mistaken, he's 19 and he currently plays for Orlando Pirates. So there's a big debate going on back in South Africa about whether or not people think that he's actually good enough to play for Barcelona. Now, there is a little bit of, I wouldn't necessarily say a stigma, but coming from Africa, you know, the African leagues are not credible, not really respected too much in Europe. And there's been a lot of situations where we have our homegrown players go to Europe for a trial and everyone gets excited and they end up coming back having not made it. So, you know, there's a great divide between people who think that, you know, this is one of the most talented players that we've seen in a while and he genuinely can make a break into Barcelona, and then there's people who feel that they are being a bit more realistic, thinking that it's going to be another one of those situations like, oh, how can Mofokeng compete with Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, all those types of things.
Why not?
I mean, I think he should go for it. I think he has a shot. I mean, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha are class players, honestly.
So it's Mofokeng, right?
As much as I do believe in him, I don't think he replaces them.
I think the only difference why you're saying Lamine Yamal, this goes to the point that the only difference why you're saying Lamine Yamal is those guys are like top talent is because of the mainstreams. They are more focused on those guys also. You know, they are more focused on those guys. But the main difference is like because Fabrizio Romano is always posting those guys. I've never seen like rumors, you know, there were rumors like you said, but have you ever seen Fabrizio Romano like posting those rumors? No, not to pick on Fabrizio, but not only him, all the like Sky Sports, all those big platforms, they only focus on what they want us to see. You know, they are forgetting about the other talents, you know. There are talents in Mexico, talent in lower leagues, you know, like KCAC. Speaking of KCAC, you have to put Kamiko. You know, those stats speak for 24 goals in what? In 28 games. That's a big stat, bro. You should be playing for like PSV or something like that.
Bro, when I scored my... That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not fair. See, I've scored a lot of bangers.
Let him break.
I've scored a lot of bangers. In what my Mexican friends like to say, they call it a chilena. Widely regarded as a bicycle kick. When I scored that in my debut game for Kansas Wesleyan, I didn't see any posts on ESPN, nothing like that. But then Messi scores a tap in against Alphabet FC and it goes viral. See what I'm saying? So like, it's not fair.
Messi alone. Leave Messi alone. You know, Lionel Messi step in is better than a long range you shoot. You know. So at the end of the day, you seem like you're losing this conversation.
Yeah,
because it doesn't look good. And so are you starting to agree now, like, you know, media plays a big role and a big impact in shaping like the future of football in minor leagues?
I think media will definitely have an impact in creating like a bigger platform for the smaller leagues. But again, when you look at certain clubs like Arsenal, how they've got Ethan Moneri coming through and is it Lewis Skelly as well, you've got those two top talents coming through, you know, it means that there's definitely something going well in those big academies. So when players come through there, that's when the spotlight gets to them because there's so much potential already with them. Like Lamine Yamal as well. The sky's the limit for those type of players. But when you look at the other players like that South African guy, I can't remember his name, sorry. But people don't really know much about him, so you can't say how far he can go. He's sort of limited, I think. So I think if the media gets more involved and shows some of his clips and he becomes more well known, then that's where his popularity will go up, and I think you'll see bigger offers coming in for him and more of a spotlight, I guess.
You agree with that?
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I think it's fair to say. I just think in a more broad case, those Lamine Yamals and the Moneris, the Lewis Kellys, it's as compared to the players that do come from the academy, it's a very, very, very small percentage of players that actually do make that break. But however, at the end of the day, football is a business. People pay to see players that they want to see. So an argument can be made. Why should Jonathan from England pay attention to Mofokeng from South Africa when he's got his, Cole Palmers coming out of the, city academies, and his Lewis Kellys and X, Y, and Z, who wouldn't necessarily say are proven, but have kind of proven themselves within the system. Better for me to say that as opposed to someone who you don't know, he doesn't know how they play in England, all that stuff. So I mean, I do agree to a certain extent, but yeah, I'm just a believer in opportunities at the end of the day.
Thank you for your contribution, but for judging from what you were saying, I could tell that you were a Chelsea fan. Yeah, I could tell that because there was, I could tell, Okay, guys, I forgot to give a shout out. There's a guy who's working behind the cameras. His name is Angelo Girona. Right, Angelo, if you want to come in, people, they want to see you. Just come and say hi to the cameras. There's the guy. He's the one. Yes, there. Do you have anything you want to say to people or what?
I don't got nothing.
Okay.
Best player in the world.
I'll take that. That is one of the best things that you've said. No. Okay, guys. To add up to our conversation, we are going to hear from someone with first-hand information. He actually lived in Zimbabwe for 18 years. So he watched all those guys who playing from the minor leagues and everything. So he knows. Let me ask him this question. He's in Las Vegas right now. Tadiwa Nashimangwayana and Merlin, give us first-hand information on the amount of quality that makes you suggest that African, Caribbean, American football players should be mentioned in these types of conversations. In other words, are there specific players from smaller leagues you believe could compete at the highest level but lack exposure? Let me know what you think. Can you hear us, Tadiwa Mangwayana and Merlin?
Yeah. Now I can actually hear you loud and clear. Forget it now. Trabablas roundabout. Zabaleta. So let me start by saying I was very, very fortunate to be born and raised in Zimbabwe, where I got to notice so many talented players. So those players deserve international recognition on big screens and other major platforms. We can talk about Kama Billiat. Baba mune yaka kurwa chopu kwa usete naro. Bozo kangota naro chetu nogo nochikoka bonze kwa msana. Kanozika chi? Ka bonbon. Ka blackbone. Akata naro nochikoka ka blackbone baba na Kama Billiat. Ai shashe baba. And on a similar note, there's other player who's making waves in African football. His name is Wotamson. Akambora mumwe munhu brrr baba munhu akafly mudenga deso zera memembo data kunge Superman. Aiwa Wotamson aishashe baba. And also there's this player called Temba Zwane. That's pure talent right there. Temba Zwane is very, very, very talented baba. Anyway, that hey, look at that nutmeg. Look at that nutmeg. Oh, look at that nutmeg. Shit. Yawe, I found not sungwa. Because that was Toto Meda. I found out kana imbra song ya President. Dasungirwa Meda. Attempted Meda. That was Toto Meda baba. That was Toto Meda. Iwe munu kutaulenda ne manza deso. And just because of our time constraints, I'm not gonna mention a lot of players. So I'm just gonna give the attention back to the main presenter, Baba Tiago. And peace.
Last question of the day, guys. Last question of the day before you close it up. Thank you. I want to say thank you to the football exodus. But this is for you guys. I want to test your football knowledge. So I'm going to be giving you this. First of all, Yamal or Ardagula?
Two different positions, man. I'm a Real Madrid fan, so I'm gonna go Ardagula.
Ardagula or Hazard?
Eden Hazard. I support Chelsea as well.
Hazard or Prime Salah?
Prime Hazard or Prime Salah? Oh, people are gonna hate me. Pure football, Hazard.
Hazard. Hazard or Ronaldo?
Cristiano.
Ronaldo is now in the final. Let's go to the other side. Garnacho or Rafinha?
Ooh, Rafinha, come on.
Rafinha or Zidane?
Zidane.
Zidane or Henry?
Ooh. Zidane.
Zidane or Lionel Messi?
Messi.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Cristiano.
Let's hear from him. Which team do you support first? Which team do you support?
I'm a big Man United fan. Big fan.
Okay. I'm gonna give you the same thing, you know. Rafinha or Garnacho?
Rafinha.
Rafinha or Zidane?
Zidane.
Zidane or
Zidane. Oh, Zidane.
Zidane or Messi?
Messi.
At the other side, Yamal or Arregula?
So I'm gonna switch. I'll go with Yamal.
Okay. There's a Yamal or Hazard?
Hazard.
Hazard or Salah?
Just because I'm not a Chelsea fan, I'll say Salah.
Salah or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
CR7 or Lionel Messi?
Ronaldo, man.
I have to go for Messi, guys. I have to go for Messi. I'm sorry for Messi for the disrespect they've given you. You know, I think you deserve, you know, the kind of respect that no one should ever compare you with someone. Due respect to you, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo too. I don't want people to hate on me. But okay, guys, thank you. This is our first ever show. You can just like and subscribe from our YouTube channel. Just go and look for the Football Exodus and everything else. Enjoy, guys. Thank you guys for showing up. This is Camille Kum and this is Zach Yunis signing out. This is Baba Tiago, you know.
Welcome to the Football Exodus, the home of high quality football, where passion meets precision. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Till we meet again. Stay tuned. Vamos.
Alright, that is it for today, guys. Shout out to the guys for an amazing episode. Don't forget to subscribe and comment for more episodes of Football Exodus.
Yes, the Football Exodus. No, Baba Tiago.